has been in the making for a while now. Pepsi has once again threatened to pull the plug on its contract for the IPL ahead of the 8th edition of the IPL. Its contract, which is worth 400 crore rupees, expires in 2017, and now Pepsi has said that it is considering withdrawing its sponsorship on account of the disrepute that IPL has brought to the game of cricket. My question is, and this is what I'm curious about, the IPL scandal broke out several months ago. Even then there were rumours or murmurs about Pepsi pulling the plug as far as the IPL sponsorship was concerned. At that point in time, there was a very plain vanilla response that had come in from Pepsi saying that they would consider all options at the most appropriate time. So why now, and why do they continue to threaten? Why haven't they pulled the plug just yet? Well, Rajiv Shukla, the IPL chairman, downplays the incident, but let's listen in and then we'll talk about it more.
As far as this Pepsi thing is concerned, we are in constant consultation with them. We are working out a solution with them. We are addressing their concerns. They are addressing our concerns. And I think talks are going on in a very cordial relationship. They have been a long-standing partners. So I don't think there would be any problem. We will work it out, and whatever solution will be found out, we will let you know.
Well, that is the IPL chairman Rajiv Shukla saying that both sides are talking or negotiating over concerns and that he is hopeful that a solution will be arrived at. Let's go across to the editor of Storyboard, Anant Nangaswamy. He joins us now. Anant, I know you've been working the phones this evening trying to get to the bottom of this story. As I was pointing out, this is not the first time that we've heard of the possibility of Pepsi pulling the plug, and I use that word very carefully because when the IPL scandal broke, even then there were rumours that Pepsi may in fact pull the plug. What do you make of the IPL chairman's statement there that both sides are addressing each other's concerns and will arrive at a solution?
I think it's ridiculous. I mean, what concerns does BCCI have? You know, they have no concerns. I mean, it's not as if Pepsi has reneged on anything or let the BCCI down. No, I think this is an early statement. I think they will pull out. We've seen a similar play out when it came to, say, the big sponsors of the FIFA World Cup, you know, and they first make these vanilla statements, as you called it, and then they get aggressive, and then if they feel their concerns are not being addressed, they do pull out. I think this time Pepsi will pull out.
Okay, you're saying that you believe that Pepsi will pull out, but why haven't they already, Anant? Because, you know, this has been a matter that's been brewing for several months now. The IPL scandal broke several months ago. If Pepsi feels so strongly about the fact that IPL has brought disrepute to the game of cricket and hence by association it will bring disrepute to the brand, why hasn't Pepsi pulled the plug already? Do you believe that there could be contractual obligations and perhaps that's the reason why we haven't seen them walk out?
I think that's one. Pepsi will be checking with their legal teams every little detail in the contract. But I think the more important thing is, if you look at the IPL, the timing of when it's held and so on, it is tailor-made for the carbonated soft drink market. You know, it starts in April, May, June it plays out, and that's 3 out of 4 of the biggest months in the soft drink market in India. So it's not easy to walk out because they'll have to replace the audiences they may or may not lose in the IPL. It's not an easy decision, but I think the uncertainty that has been building within the IPL for the from 2010 really, you know, when you weren't sure where the tournament would be held, you're not sure how many teams will be playing, and then the bad headlines dominate the good headlines. I think these are very difficult things, and I do think that even now, when you know you've had Shashank Manohar saying that he will clean up the BCCI and so on. There's no control over what other players might do. You don't know whether Srinivasan will go to court. You don't know how the court will play it. Even last year, we weren't sure, you know, when the tournament would be held or whether it would be held. So these are tough.
Yeah, you're right. There's all kinds of uncertainty that people will have to deal with. But 2 quick questions, Anant. Yeah. One, do you believe that this discussion that's currently on between Pepsi and the IPL, as IPL chairman Rajiv Shukla was alluding to, do you believe that we could perhaps see some sort of renegotiation as far as the contract is concerned, perhaps the prices being revised downwards, which could then be advantage as far as Pepsi is concerned? And secondly, if Pepsi were to walk, which you believe it will, then will there be an easy replacement to find as far as the BCCI and the IPL is concerned?
Yeah, actually, I'll give you a combined answer. I think you see, Pepsi's commitment was about 80 crores per year, yeah? And it's a 5-year contract, so it's a 396 crore commitment to the IPL. Now, if you add other costs attendant to the sponsorship, it's almost 1:2 ratio. So you could say, it's a 1,000 crore commitment to IPL, really. I mean, which is revolving around the IPL. Now, there are not many categories which need disproportionate audiences in 3-4 months. For example, let's take a motor car company. They want to be present through the year. Now, like I said, it's very, very difficult. And we've got whole categories in trouble. For example, we started with the DLF, the first sponsor of the IPL. The whole housing category is in trouble. No, I don't know.
The real estate industry virtually crashed, yeah.
I think they will negotiate downward. That will be the attempt to stay. But I think it'll be a tough ask because I don't think Pepsi will buy it for less than 300, for more than 300 crores. So that's a, shaving off 25-30%. At that price, it might be a gamble worth taking.
Well, it may be a gamble worth taking, and the question now is the IPL feeling or the BCCI feeling that desperate at this point in time? Well, Ananta, time will tell which way this moves, but appreciate you joining us here on CNBC TV 18. That is the big story that we will continue to track, the possibility of Pepsi pulling the plug on the IPL, which continues to be mired in all kinds of controversies. But on to